I hope this is going to have an impact on the series. What do you guys think of it? Truckwreck.com fan text open. I hope Luka watches this. It's obviously he's seen it by now. It's going viral. And Luka does need to draw energy from this. He needs to be offended and look to completely dominate the Suns. Be so mad that, like Dirk, comes back from a 3-2. From a one game down late in a series to win the series and, draw some energy from that. Does Luka have that personality trait that can turn something like this into fuel for the better, Brian?
I worry a little bit about this because I'm not sure, because I feel like this is one of those tactics that maybe, Lucius was talking about Michael Jordan getting in his head, and Michael Jordan can figure out a way, you're not going to get in my head.
Yeah.
I do worry about distracted Luka. I do worry about Luka paying attention to the officials, Luka paying attention to the fans.
Trying to do too much with Booker.
Yeah.
Trying to one-up Booker instead of play the game.
I worry about that. I don't know. There's some players, and I think Lucius is absolutely right about this with Michael Jordan. I think there's those players that deep down inside, they're like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And everybody's warning them, like, don't mess with that guy because he's about to get laser focused and quiet,
The Suns might know what they're doing here because they probably feel like now with all these games that they've played against Luka, he's had really good games, he's had bad games. They've probably figured it out now that distracted Luka is perfect for us.
Okay, well, let's see how it plays out tomorrow. If you didn't see it, during the 21-4 run that decided the game and maybe the series, it was convincing. Dorian Finney-Smith, hard foul on Booker, sent him, flying underneath the basket. Booker went to the ground really like a soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
And he instantly rolled onto his stomach and cradling his head. And if you had really seen the video, I guess what the refs were watching didn't give the view of Booker's face when he hit the ground because he was in no pain, but he rolled over and covered up his face,
he
like
smiled,
he was.
Dog.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I screenshotted the joint. I was like, I can't believe this.
Yes. And he actually looked up at the fans at one point who were scrolling, who were doing a video from their cell phone and said, Luka special.
Yeah.
He said, flip it. So he smiled. I don't know why they gave Dorian Finney-Smith a flagrant run at one if he's down there fouling. I guess Dorian did run through it a little bit, and the guy was elevating. So if that's technically a flagrant one, that's fine. But, Luka was doing gamesmanship in Game 4. Booker's back in Game 5. It's one thing if it's just flop on flop. But now we got flop plus calling Luka out, calling that the Luka special. If it's me, I'll be like, yeah, that's a pretty funny joke. But if I had it in me, I would really want to, take it to Devin Booker and make sure I have the last laugh just a little bit more at this point, Brian.
No, I mean, I think that to me, and again, the home court has been huge in this series. And I guarantee it'll be huge again tomorrow night. Dallas fans will show up, and hopefully the players, hopefully the role players. But do you not worry about a distracted Luka at all?
Not that much. I mean, I think it can happen with the refs, and it happened in Game 1 or 2 in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think other players take him out of his element. I think that is a way he is mentally tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he elevates his game. I don't know if he's got the laser focus of Kobe and Jordan.
His last 2 games of shooting threes have not been very good.
It's been bad. Yeah, it's been bad.
And so now, do you continue to force the issue? Maybe you do because you're one of the top 5 players in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe you continue to force the issue that way. I would rather him focus on something else other than trying to get the best of Booker.
Yeah, like 808 makes a good point here. The Mavs play better with Luka sharing the ball. Luka being upset, trying to prove a point means he's ball hogging, and the Mavs get an L. I don't want him thinking he's got to go hunt Booker and show him up and all that. What you want is Luka determined to play the best game possible, which is him being aggressive, getting into the paint. Right. Once he arrives, if they're playing crappy defense, finish. If they're playing great defense and denying him those looks, then there's somebody open. And that's what we want from Luka Doncic. We don't want Luka saying, oh, watch me take 15 step backs, the 3 in his eyes. He's really going to be embarrassed once I hit the 3rd one in a row on him. We don't need Luka hunting those kind of looks. We need him more determined than ever to play an active, high cardio type of game. And, going back to the old storyline, when the Mavs fail, it's because he plays lazy on one end of the court, sometimes both. And that happened in a big way last night.
Yeah, I think overall the team was bad.
Yeah.
As overall they were bad. I mean, it started well. It really did. You couldn't have asked for a better start, and things just the one thing that happens though when you play the Suns and you miss shots, and especially what's happened when they're at home is they make a lot of shots. And so you're into mode now where you have 3-4 empty possessions, and instead of a down 1, you're down 13. That's the problem that when you deal with the Suns, you weren't able to get stops. They continually
got turnovers.
They had turnovers. I mean, that they had, it was crazy the number of turnovers the Mavs had there in that third. I mean, it was you're watching it, you're going, they're not going to make a basket. Yeah. They're going to hold them scoreless here in the third.
Yeah.
It was just, the energy coming out, it was like, okay, instead of coming out with the energy that they had when they started the game, they came out just completely flat. Luka took some long shots. They missed some shots, and they had a bunch of turnovers, and that's what happened.
12 turnovers in a quarter.
You look up,
unreal.
You look up, you're down to 25. Yeah.
Okay, 469 says he's been playing pro ball since he was a child. He understands the mental games. Yeah, I think there's a difference of understanding the mental game and really being fueled by any attempts of, diminishing what you do. And that killer instinct, I think, is what separates guys. There have been a lot of great athletes. Hell, Tracy McGrady might have been more talented than Kobe and Jordan. He was taller, and he had some unbelievable games. He was kind of sleepy, He was a little bit cooler, while like Jordan and Kobe were obsessed with the idea that they had to be the best. 469. This is where we find out what kind of a player Luka's going to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
682. The irony with him saying Luka's special when you have CP3 who flops like a fish out of water. What a joke. Tear him up, 682.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Maybe Luka needs to do something and smile at the camera and say CP3 special or something like that. Maybe that's how you get your revenge, maybe with a little bit more of a sense of humor. Okay, at 877-881-1053, Gavin, everyone knows Luka flops all game and bitches to the refs. Yeah, it's part of the game. 901, all these players are faking injury whenever they get touched until the call is made and then everything is all right with them. It's BS. They watch soccer now.
Yeah, they do.
That's exactly what you do. As soon as the card goes up or whatever, the ball gets put down for a direct kick, boom, you're off running. Your team needs you at that point. Yeah. Your job is done. 817, we weren't beaten the third. We were beaten in the last 6 minutes of the second.
Yeah.
Sizable lead and decided to start chunking up shots from the wing without driving, which is what had worked to that point. Get back to getting in the paint, start moving into your offense faster, and 15 seconds into the 24. You're right. You could feel it at halftime. As that second quarter was winding down, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going to happen in the third. 214, T-Mac wasn't sleepy. That's just how his eye was. Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir.
He was smoking weed over there.
Jay Crowder took a pretty big bump to his shoulder late in the game. Mm-hmm. What's his health status going to be? Reggie Bullock limped off the court. Jason Kidd said he is going to be good to go. Just a couple of injury updates on that.